Hey Lionheart folks, it's Lev. Welcome back to another video. For those of you who are new, I use he and pronouns. In this video, I wanted to talk about loyalty, commitment, how my loyalty being shat as in being shitted on, affected me, and how I'm healing from this. So I'm filming this video today on Friday, November 12th, 2021, and I do want to say that this is present Lev's understanding and conceptualization of what loyalty means to him, as in me, like what loyalty and commitment means to me right now, and what the puzzle pieces of loyalty are to me. And in future, these views might change, or my understanding and perspective on things change as a result of growth and different experiences. So, and that's okay as well. So this is present Lev's understanding and conceptualization of loyalty and commitment. The first question I want to ask and answer is, what does loyalty mean to me? What does commitment look like to me? What does it mean? What are some examples? So for me, loyalty in terms of both friendships and romantic sexual relationships, so this applies to both categories. Loyalty to me means fighting for me. But I also should say that this is a two-way street, so this loyalty is not just the person being loyal to me, but also me being loyal to the person. So everything I'm about to say and what I expect and look out for also applies to me, and not just the other person I have a connection with. So yes, not giving up on me like easily. I'm gonna switch my language. I'm gonna use this language instead. Not giving up on the person. For example, if there's like some conflict or disagreement, or some values or beliefs might not align and there's conflict, not giving up on the person just because there's something difficult or challenging going on. It's not like, okay, we're all happy and positive and oh shit, this challenge arrives. Okay, I don't want to deal with this. Goodbye. Discard you because I don't want to deal with it, and it's just easier to say goodbye and kick you out of my life. That's just, when challenges come up, I see loyalty when two people work together to overcome the problem, or discuss ways around it, or just work together to overcome it essentially, and not just one person dropping the other person completely just because things may get hard. Like, an important element of loyalty to me is people being present on my journey and me being present in their journey through the good, bad, and indifferent. As in, not just showing up for the good times, the happy moments, the successes, and then completely ditching the person when things get rough and challenging, which sort of links into my first point. So to me, loyalty is like the person being there through the good times, success, but also being there when I hit rock bottom and when I'm not doing so well, just being present on my journey regardless of what experiences I have and am going through. And yes, this applies to me too. Please don't forget that. This is a two-way street. Everything I'm saying applies to me too. Another important element is not disrespecting and abusing the space that's given to the person by backstabbing the person in the process. So for example, my ex and that whole cheating incident, it happened when she went a bit quiet, which is okay for me. I'll touch on it after this. But during the period where we didn't speak much for a few weeks, that's when the cheating happened, and basically I was backstabbed, and I felt like the boundaries, respect I have given her, and the space I have given her to work on her own thing, or just because she needs some space, which I respect, just abusing that by going and cheating on me with someone else, that is an example of loyalty being broken. And as for the not talking for a while thing, that happens. Sometimes I go into periods where I just need my own space and I'm not very talkative with my friends, and that's okay. They're all respectful of that. And it's the same when people in my life I care about say they need some space, or they may be a bit more quiet because there's things going on in their life. They're busy, things get hectic, they just need to take a step back, which is 100% okay. Like, I don't give up on my friends because they need some space in their life and they don't talk to me for 3 months, for example. That doesn't change the friendship I have with them. Like, I will always be here. I'm not going anywhere, and we're still friends. Like, it doesn't change anything for me. The thing that does change is when I give people space and then it gets shit on. Just thinking about what is not loyalty to me. My friends and people in my life I care about being loyal to me does not mean that they say yes to everything I say and don't stand up for themselves and don't look after themselves and put themselves first. Like, to me, loyalty is not agreeing with every single, not necessarily agreeing with everything I say, everything I do, the way I live my life, my values, um, saying yes to every single request I have. That is not loyalty to me. That is my friend or people, the person in my life, not looking after themselves, and I see that as the person neglecting themselves for me, and I do not see that as loyalty. Like, that's too far. I'll touch on it. Like, there's like a balance with loyalty. But yeah, someone neglecting themselves completely to be in my life, like, and to maybe they may believe that if they say no to me, it changes the friendship and I won't like them anymore. That might happen. But the truth is, like, I do not get annoyed at people that easily, people in my life. Like, the person must have done something very, very, very unfaithful for me to be that pissed at them that I decide to permanently kick them out of my life, which I haven't actually really permanently kicked people out of my life. I mean, I may not talk to them for months, but then I try and reconnect again because I don't give up on people that easily. But yes, loyalty does not mean not standing up for oneself and honoring oneself. Thinking back to that previous point I made, I acknowledge that everyone is human and that we have all grown up with different experiences, worldviews, the people around us teaching us specific cultures and way of being. Our understanding of the world is shaped by our experiences and the people around us and the environment we live in and the circumstances we live in and experience. All of this. So whenever there is conflicting ideas or whatever it may be, I don't I don't hate people, and I try to be very open, like have very open-minded converse with people, and just see it as, okay, this person I'm talking to has different ways of seeing the world and viewing this circumstance or experience that's presented in front of both of us right now, and that's okay. Speaking to the balance required in terms of being loyal and how it's a double-edged sword for me. I'm a very loyal person. I'm very loyal, and the thing I had a thought before that I would rather cut off one of my fingers than cheat in a relationship, for example. I would rather lose one finger than cheat on my partner. Like, I cannot do that. And even with my friends, like, I'd rather lose one finger than backstab one of my friends. I just can't. The pain of losing this one finger would be less than the pain of me cheating on my partner or backstabbing someone I care about. A little bit of context. So when I was younger, I've said this in a few videos, but when I was younger, I was taken advantage of a lot. I was bullied. I was not self-confident, staying up for myself. I was seen as easy prey, and people took advantage of me a lot. And that's because I was too loyal. Meaning, I didn't know how to say no, and I was loyal because I didn't want to lose the person, even though clearly, well, now it's very clear to me that the person or those people were taking advantage of me, but out of my loyal nature and not knowing how to say no, I let it happen. Even though, like, shit, this is not a healthy connection, I still stayed in there because it is a connection nonetheless. And back then, I didn't really have many friends. So, I mean, having this so-called friend who's using me is better than having no one around, right? That's why I thought I was scared of losing them, even though they were clearly abusing abusing my loyalty. That's one side of the spectrum, I guess, of being too loyal. But then this nicely ties into my next point, actually, which is the other end where I've been hurt before and then I completely shut off and never trust anyone again because of past experiences. Like, so that cheating incident that happened earlier this year, it still gets to me and it still hurts and it still stings. And just last weekend, actually, I started experiencing this internal conflict again. And I was journaling. I was just like, fuck, I can't trust anyone now. Like, how do I know that moving on to the next relationship in the future that I have, how do I know that my partner's not gonna cheat on me? Because with the previous person I dated, we were good for the first 2 months. Like, we're invincible, bro. Like, nothing could break us apart. We loved each other. Everything was wholesome. Everything was great until that the month of April. Everything started going downhill, and we actually had talked about cheating before because she's also been cheated on, and then that sort of behavior happened when she cheated on me, which is a very interesting thing because we both talk about cheating and how we both don't condone cheating. So I'm like, oh, it's good, and then shit, it happened, and then last week it just stung me like, fuck, how do I move forward with this? I don't trust people. Like, how do I put my trust into people again after someone who I thought wouldn't do it cheated on me, and then yeah, which is sort of making me withdraw. I mean, like, I don't trust the future person I'm with. I've been sitting with that question for the past week or 5 days rather, just digesting it, letting my subconscious and unconscious conjure up some future plan, letting it process, and I've come up with some ideas about how I'm moving forward. Firstly, not putting 100% of my trust in a person immediately or very early on. And I've also told myself, Lev, trust is not just automatically granted to the person just because they have a connection with you. Just purely because I have a connection with someone doesn't mean I put 100% of my trust in them. Just because someone is kind to me doesn't mean I put 100% of my trust into them. That's a big thing, actually. You always thought like, oh, this person's nice to me, I can trust them, and I put 100% of my trust in someone just because they've been nice to me and treated me like a human being. Trust is an earned thing, and that's how I'm gonna move forward. There's like, take time, like not even a few weeks, months at least, to start building the foundation of trust. And how do we build the foundation of trust? Well, firstly, the person's actions and behaviors align, like the person not saying one thing and then doing another thing, which I see, oh, there's some discrepancy here. What is going on here? Is there some genuine reason why there may be discrepancy, or is this person just completely bullshitting me? Actions must follow words, and I will see, okay, yeah, does this person just talk, or does this person walk the walk? Also, just seeing, in terms of relationships, just seeing how committed they are to a friendship first. Like, For me, if I can't be friends with someone, there is no way that I can be in a relationship with them. Because for me, friendship is one of the foundations of a relationship. So basically, sussing them out and saying, okay, can you commit to a friendship with me for at least 3 months? And if you can't even commit to a 3 month friendship with me, we are not going forward in a relationship, because I know how you feel, and I know I I get a sense of the person's commitment levels, how serious they are, all of this stuff. And within that friendship buildings month, saying, can I trust you? Another thing is, does this person only show up when I experience successes and wins and stuff, and just completely ghost me and disappear when I am going through a rough patch? Do they just give up on me and discard me because of challenges? Linking onto that, it has to be a two-way relationship. Like, the friendship has to be a two-way relationship. It's not one way where I do all the reaching out, I do all of the talking, I carry the entire load of the connection, and the person doesn't really give a damn whether they're there or not, and they're just tagging along because I'm doing all of the work. So it has to be a two-way relationship connection. Must. Because if the person doesn't put effort in, they're not very committed to like building connection with me or friendship or relationship. Yeah, if someone doesn't put effort, I know how they feel and how, I guess, where I stand in their life. Not very important, not worth my time, not worth putting energy in, not worth putting effort in. It's not worth it. This life guy's not worth it. Then just from that, I would get a sense of where I stand in their life. Just had a thought too. Maybe I should just start mirroring what they do in a way, and how much effort they put in to the connection we have. So like, if the person's only giving like 20% into the connection I have with them, maybe I'll start mirroring and only putting in 20% as well. So again, links to that previous point I made, I don't want to be the person doing all the work to build this connection, and the person doesn't give a fuck. That's not healthy. In terms of both close friendships and relationships, I'm here for the long run. I mean, I do have people in my life where I only speak to them every now and then, but I don't really put effort into it. But for close friendships and relationships, it's important to me that the person is here for the right reasons, and that they are committed to this thing, this connection that is built with me, committed to the long term, and not being like, okay, 3 months and then goodbye, live. Then I don't see the point in doing that. Like, what is the point of me and the person also putting in effort to build this connection, only to goodbye after 3 months because they get bored or whatever reason? It's just like, that's not me. I don't do that. I mean, if people out there just like short-term things and just casual relationships or friendship or whatever it is, that's okay. You go do you. But for me personally, I'm here for the long run. I put effort into things, say, in with the assumption that it will continue in the long run, and that will keep growing in the long run. With my chosen family at the moment and the friends and other people in my life I'm close to, I don't see us going anywhere from each other's lives anytime soon. Like, I see us being in each other's lives for a very long time. Like, to the end of my life, I don't see them going anywhere, and I don't see myself going anywhere out of their life and them out of my life. Like, this isn't like a work contract thing where, Okay, signed into the end of the year, okay, goodbye. New recruits come in. Okay, sign contract 12 months, okay, after 12 months we're rotating, you're out of this, and then new people come in. That's not how I see my close friendships and stuff. Like, they come in, we're sticking with each other for life, and this is an agreed sort of thing between both of us, by the way. It's not like me, okay, coercing them, but like, you're gonna stick with my life forever, you're gonna be my friend forever. No, it's both of us willingly wanting to be in each other's lives for a very long time. I do not coerce people in staying in my life if they do not wish to. Like 99.9999% chance that this will not happen, but if one of my close friends does not wish for me to be in their life, and we have a talk about it, it's okay. Like, it will sting. Like, fuck, if that happens, that will sting to shit. It will sting more than the dating relationship I had, because we've known each other for a longer time and the meaning and the bond is there. But yeah, if forbid something happens and we are not in each other's lives anymore, and they don't want to be in my life anymore, and they don't want me to be in their life anymore, that's okay. Like, this takes both people in the connection for it to work and for it to build. And that's also, again, it links back to loyalty and commitment. And like, we're not discarding each other because difficult things come up. Like, I've had rough patches in friendships before. Like, with my friend Karina of 7 years, we've had many patches when we were younger. And we ultimately didn't give up on each other. Like, we've been loyal to each other for a very long time. And that's how we're still in each other's lives. Like, shit has happened. Like, we met when we were teenagers. I was literally a child. And shit happens when I was in my teenage years. But Karina didn't give up on me, and I didn't give up on Karina. And look at where we are now. We're thriving. Which reminds me, like, part of loyalty and commitment is having patience and understanding too. Being patient with one another. Last point I want to make is that being loyal to someone does not mean not having boundaries in place to protect ourselves and our well-being. Okay, this is actually the last point. So the actual last point is that sometimes we stay in connections, like, not all the connections we have with people are healthy, and sometimes it is not healthy for us to be in the person's life because the connection may be toxic and hurtful and harmful. For example, abuse going on in a relationship, or there's one partner controlling the other partner, taking away independence, not treating, like, just one person not treating the other person as a human being. I think that's where we would need to draw a line. Or this is where I would definitely draw a line, be like, I'm a loyal person and I've been loyal to you, but you've been fucking shitting on my loyalty, and I am not doing that anymore. And again, loyalty does not mean not saying no and standing up for myself. The same with the people I have connections with. Like, I say no to people, and I told a few of my friends too, it is okay to say no to me, and it does not change the way I see you. It does not change our friendship, and I want you to say no to me if that means honoring yourself and putting yourself first. Like, I do not want any of my friends to neglect themselves for me, because again, that is not what loyalty means to me, and it's not healthy. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you in the next video.